Hello again, this is the sysadmin with Design9, leading provider of cloud web hosting and managed IT solutions. Starting at, you guessed it, $3. Now what do you get for $3? You get a whole lot of value for that little $3. Today folks, we are going to talk about setting up cron jobs in cPanel. Setting up cron jobs is one of my favorite things to do. It allows you to automate certain portions of your website, run statistics, logging, backups. There's a number of more advanced things you can do with cron jobs, but for today's tutorial, I'm just going to get down and dirty and show you exactly how we create a cron job. First thing you want to do is log into your web hosting cPanel. Shown here is the Design9 cPanel. It may look a little different than yours. There are a lot of features in here such as SEO marketing tools, attract to SEO, site apps, 200 installable applications here through Softaculous. But what I want you to look at is down at Advanced, click on cron jobs. Yours will have the same. Now from this interface, it's where we create our cron job. Take note to the cron email. This is what's going to get sent, or I'm sorry, an email is going to get sent to this address every time a cron job runs. Depending on how frequently you run your cron jobs, this could get very annoying very fast. I typically just like to let mine set right here to the root. Like I said, it gets all the email from the server, from the accounts. Might as well let it get the cron jobs. An alternative to this, however, is redirecting it to dev null, as shown right here. If you were to put this command at the end of your cron job, which I will show you below, it will route it to null, meaning it'll just output nothing. So the cron job will run, no output, no emails, no log files. It can be useful, but I wouldn't recommend that unless you're definitely sure in your production environment that everything's running smoothly. But once you get your cron job running smoothly, you can go ahead and send that to null, and that's fine. Now, under the cron job settings, common settings, you can set these cron jobs any number of ways. You can kind of see how the examples here sets, like every 5 minutes. You're going to notice under the minute block, it's /5. That's every 5 minutes of every hour. Now, if you wanted to, say, run that 15, you'd simply make that 15 instead. Now it's going to run every 15 minutes. I know it says every 5, but we've changed the 5 to a 15, making it every 15 minutes. The same would be true for every hour. We could actually run this every third hour by taking the same equation here and posting it, changing it to a 3. Now this means this will run every third hour or 8 times a day. And on that third hour, every 15 minutes, during that third hour, it will run this cron job. Again, that's just, a more complicated setup. You have a precise time you want to run. But most people are okay just to go twice an hour, once a day, depending on the cron. Let's do one for once a day. Let that automatically set. Now, this is what you're going to want to type in for your command here. Mostly, it's going to be a command like PHP. It can also be get. Curl or FURL. PHP runs the raw PHP off of the web root. For the PHP command, you would need to run this, and this is what I run myself. PHP. Say we'd want to go home. Bower Bass. See how we're entering the web root here? Now this would be the folder that it's in. Now this is going to the root, and if this was cron.php, now it's going to run this PHP file once a day. Again, if we put dev null at the end of it here, as so, it's going to output to null, cron jobs added, and there we go. Once a day, at the top of the hour, at midnight, it's going to run this command right here. Now similarly for get. What get does, it basically gets a remote website, really. As opposed to running your home folder here, it would be get and then, you know, whatever your link was. And then it can have a lot of the same. You can also output that to the same area. You can also output it to a log file. But that is, let's just have that, a basic tutorial on adding cron jobs. This is, you know, the easy way to add them. There's also more complex advanced commands, which I'm not going to go over here because this is simply the easier way. This is the way most people do it. I'm not going to get into server code right now in this tutorial. However, maybe at a later time I will. And now you officially know how to make your cron commands work in your website hosting cPanel. This is sysadmin with Design9. Have a glorious day from me, from Design9. And as always, keep on webbing. And I'll keep on clicking when I can find this block.